Hey there, my friend. Come on in, pull up a chair, and get cozy with me for a few minutes. I want to have a real heart-to-heart with you today. This isn't some lecture or scare tactic, no way. This is just you and me, talking like old friends, because I care about you and your health more than you might think. Now, let me ask you something. How many times have we been told that eggs are the perfect food, good for breakfast, packed with protein, quick and easy? Right, well, what if I told you that eggs might not be as healthy as we were led to believe, especially for us folks over 60, I know. That might sound shocking at first. Believe me, I used to eat eggs almost every morning. Scrambled, boiled, poached, you name it. But what if I told you that new research, real science, and long-term studies have uncovered some things about eggs that we all deserve to know, especially now, when every bite we take should be helping us, not hurting us? This isn't about fear. This is about awareness. About making smarter choices so we can keep doing the things we love, walking in the park, dancing at weddings, chasing our grandkids, waking up pain-free and full of energy. So today, I want to share with you 5 powerful reasons why you might want to think twice before putting that egg on your plate. Just 5. But each one could be a real game changer for your health and your future. Let's start at the beginning, something I think a lot of people don't even realize. Reason number 1, eggs are loaded with cholesterol, and not the good kind. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Didn't they say cholesterol isn't that big of a deal anymore? Well, yes and no. It's true that the conversation around cholesterol has changed. But for folks like us, especially if we're dealing with high blood pressure, heart disease, or diabetes, the type and amount of cholesterol we eat still matters. A lot. One large egg contains about 186 milligrams of cholesterol, and it's all in the yolk. That's more than half of the recommended daily limit for people at risk of heart disease. And guess what? After age 60, almost everyone becomes more sensitive to dietary cholesterol. Our bodies don't process it as efficiently. The result? It can start to pile up in our arteries. A major study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, in 2019 followed over 29,000 adults for nearly 17 years. What they found was eye-opening. For every additional half an egg per day, the risk of heart disease increased by 6%, and the risk of early death went up by 8%. That's just half an egg. Imagine what 2 or 3 eggs a day might be doing, quietly, inside our bodies. Now, I'm not saying one egg is going to send you to the ER. But if you're having them every day, especially with bacon or buttered toast, you might be pushing your heart a little harder than you realize, and let me tell you, your heart's been working hard for you all these years. It deserves a little help. Reason number 2, eggs can increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. This one really surprised me when I first read it. Like many folks our age, I've had family and friends struggle with diabetes. Maybe you have, too. It's one of the biggest health challenges for seniors in the US, and it's sneaky. So what do eggs have to do with it? In a large study out of China, researchers found that people who regularly ate eggs, especially more than one per day, were more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. And this wasn't just a fluke. The connection was stronger in older adults, and in women, and it's not just China. A meta-analysis in the journal Diabetologia looked at data from multiple countries and found a consistent link between high egg consumption and a higher risk of diabetes. Why is that? Well, part of it comes down to how eggs affect insulin sensitivity. Our bodies use insulin to control blood sugar. As we age, this system can get weaker. Eating foods high in saturated fat and cholesterol, like eggs, can make it harder for insulin to do its job. And here's the thing, when your blood sugar is out of control, everything else can start to go wrong. Nerve damage, vision problems, poor circulation. It can steal your independence little by little, and I know you don't want that, and neither do I. Reason number 3, eggs can promote inflammation in the body. Let's talk about something we feel, even if we don't always see it, inflammation. You know that stiff feeling in the morning? That ache in your knees, or your back, or even your hands when it's cold. A lot of that comes from chronic, low-level inflammation in the body, and believe it or not, eggs can actually make that worse. How? Well, eggs contain a compound called arachidonic acid. That's a fancy name, but here's what it does: it triggers the release of inflammatory chemicals in the body. Now, we need some inflammation. It helps us fight off infections. But too much? That's when the pain sets in. The stiffness, the swelling, and for folks dealing with arthritis, joint pain, or even heart disease, inflammation is the real enemy. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who ate more animal-based products, including eggs, had higher levels of inflammation markers in their blood, and here's the hard part, sometimes we don't even realize it's happening until one day we wake up, and it hurts just to get out of bed. That's not what I want for you. I want you moving freely, laughing, dancing, gardening, whatever brings you joy. You deserve that. Reason number 4, eggs may harm gut health. Here's one most folks don't talk about, but it's a big one. Did you know that what you eat can affect the balance of good and bad bacteria in your gut? And did you know that eggs can feed the bad bacteria? That's right. When we eat eggs, a compound called choline gets broken down in our gut. That might sound okay. Choline is an essential nutrient, but here's the problem. Certain gut bacteria turn choline into something called TMAO, trimethylamine N-oxide. Why does that matter? Well, TMAO has been linked to a higher risk of heart attacks, strokes, and even kidney disease. And the older we get, the more vulnerable we become to these kinds of issues. Our gut health is the foundation of everything: our immunity, our digestion, even our mood and memory. So when something messes with that balance, it can have ripple effects all across the body. If you've ever dealt with bloating, constipation, or just feeling off, your gut might be trying to tell you something. Reason number 5, eggs can increase the risk of certain cancers. No, this one's tough to talk about. But I believe in honesty, and in giving you the full picture, because your life is too precious to take risks in the dark. Several studies have shown that eating a lot of eggs may be linked to a higher risk of certain cancers, especially prostate cancer in men and ovarian or breast cancer in women. One study from Harvard found that men who ate 2.5 or more eggs per week had an 81% higher risk of developing a lethal form of prostate cancer. Researchers believe it may be due to the choline and cholesterol found in eggs, which can affect hormone levels and cell growth. Now listen, this doesn't mean that having an egg now and then will cause cancer. But if eggs are part of your regular, daily routine, and if you're already at higher risk because of family history, age, or other health conditions, it's something to think about. Your body is your home, and you deserve to protect it, one meal at a time. Phew. That was a lot, wasn't it? But I hope you're still with me, because this isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom to make informed choices. Freedom to live with energy and confidence. Freedom to take control of your health, starting today. In the next chapter, I'm going to share some delicious, satisfying alternatives to eggs, and how you can keep getting the protein and nutrients you need without putting your heart, your brain, or your gut at risk. We're going to talk about easy, affordable swaps. And I'll show you how I made the change myself, without feeling like I gave anything up. So when you're ready, just say the word, and we'll keep going. Alright, my friend. You're still with me, and I really appreciate that. I know we've just covered some heavy stuff, but trust me, it's for your benefit. And like I said, this isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom to choose healthier foods that help us live longer, feel better, and keep doing the things we love. So let's dive into the good stuff. You've heard the reasons why eggs might not be the best choice for us, but now it's time to talk about better alternatives, and believe me, there are some delicious options out there. Here's the thing, when we get older, we need protein, there's no denying that. But we don't need to get it from eggs, especially when they can come with all those health risks we've talked about. So let me show you some of my favorite egg replacements that will leave you feeling just as satisfied, if not more. 1. Tofu scramble, a plant-based powerhouse. Let's start with a classic, and I'll be honest, it took me a little time to get used to it, but now I absolutely love it. Tofu scramble. If you haven't tried this yet, you're in for a treat. Tofu might sound a little intimidating at first, but once you season it right, it's a fantastic stand-in for scrambled eggs. Tofu is packed with plant-based protein, fiber, and a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals, like iron and calcium, without any of that pesky cholesterol. Here's the beauty of tofu, you can flavor it however you like. Add a bit of turmeric to make it look golden, and give you a little extra anti-inflammatory boost. Throw in some onions, spinach, tomatoes, or mushrooms, anything you enjoy. Toss in some nutritional yeast, and you'll get a cheesy, savory flavor without the dairy, and the best part, it's light on your heart and your waistline. It doesn't raise your cholesterol, it doesn't mess with your gut, and it's way easier on your body than eggs. Plus, it's quick and easy to prepare. You can even make a big batch on a Sunday and have it ready to go for a few days. Just heat it up in the morning, and you've got a nutritious breakfast. 2. Avocado toast, the creamy, heart-healthy choice. Now, if you've ever had avocado toast, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say it's both delicious and filling. Avocados are packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that can actually help lower cholesterol, unlike eggs that push it up, but there's more to it than just the creamy goodness of the avocado. Avocados are full of fiber, which helps with digestion and keeps you feeling full longer. And the great thing is, you don't need eggs to add that satisfying, rich texture to your morning meal. A perfectly ripe avocado spread on a piece of whole grain toast is a simple, filling, and heart-smart choice. I like to sprinkle mine with a little sea salt, maybe some pepper, and if you're feeling adventurous, add a drizzle of olive oil or a squeeze of lemon juice for an extra burst of flavor. For some added protein, throw on some seeds, like pumpkin or chia, or even a handful of spinach. You've got yourself a meal that's good for your heart, your gut, and your waistline, and guess what? Avocados are full of potassium, which is great for maintaining healthy blood pressure, so they're not only delicious but also great for keeping you feeling your best as the years go by. Point 3. Chia pudding, a sweet, nutrient-dense alternative. If you're someone who loves a sweet breakfast, I've got a great swap for you. Chia pudding. Chia seeds are incredibly nutritious. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and protein, and all of these things are perfect for supporting your overall health as you age. Omega-3s are especially important for brain health, and we definitely want to keep our minds sharp as we get older, don't we? Making chia pudding is super easy, too. All you need is a few tablespoons of chia seeds, some unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk, and a little sweetener like honey or maple syrup. Stir it up, let it sit in the fridge for a few hours, and voila, you've got yourself a delicious, creamy pudding that's much healthier than any sugary cereal or egg-based breakfast. Chia pudding is rich in fiber, which keeps your digestive system happy, and the seeds also help to balance blood sugar. I love adding berries on top for that extra punch of antioxidants. And if you're feeling like a savory twist, you can even add a little bit of cinnamon or vanilla for flavor. Point 4. Smoothie bowls, nutrient-packed, easy to prepare breakfasts. If you love smoothies but are looking for a more filling breakfast, let me introduce you to smoothie bowls. Smoothie bowls are perfect because they're packed with all kinds of fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. You can even toss in some protein powder if you're worried about getting enough protein. I'll throw in some frozen berries, a handful of spinach, a banana, and maybe a scoop of plant-based protein powder, if I'm feeling fancy. Then I top it off with some nuts, seeds, or granola for crunch. It's a great way to sneak in a ton of vitamins and antioxidants without the egg-related risks. And the best part? You can customize it to fit your taste and your nutritional needs. These bowls are perfect for seniors like us who want a nutrient-dense breakfast that'll fuel us for hours. And because of the fiber from all those fruits and veggies, it helps with digestion and keeps us feeling full without feeling sluggish or bloated. Point 5. Oatmeal with almond butter or nut butter. You can never go wrong with a classic, oatmeal, but let's take it up a notch. Instead of the usual egg and bacon breakfast, try a bowl of oatmeal topped with some almond butter or your favorite nut butter. The oats are full of soluble fiber, which is fantastic for lowering cholesterol levels and keeping your heart healthy. Almond butter, or peanut butter, adds a nice dose of healthy fats and protein, and it pairs beautifully with the natural sweetness of the oats. Add a handful of berries, or sprinkle some flax seeds on top for an extra boost of omega-3s. Oatmeal is one of those breakfasts that'll stick with you all morning, and it's easy on the digestive system. Plus, it's a great way to start your day with something warm and comforting, especially as we get older and appreciate simple pleasures more and more. The takeaway, a better path for a better you. So, there you have it. 5 easy, delicious, and heart-healthy alternatives to eggs. The good news is that none of these foods are complicated or hard to make. They're all full of the nutrients your body needs, without the cholesterol or inflammation that eggs can bring. But here's the key takeaway: it's not about perfection. It's about making small, smart changes over time. Maybe you don't toss the eggs out of your fridge just yet, but try 1 or 2 of these alternatives this week. See how your body feels. See how much more energy you have. See how your heart and joints thank you in the long run. And listen, I'm not saying you have to give up eggs forever. If you enjoy them occasionally, that's okay. But if you've been eating eggs daily, it might be time to rethink your routine and swap in some of these healthier options. You deserve it, and your body will thank you. In the next chapter, we're going to dive into how to make these swaps fit into your lifestyle. It's easier than you think, and I'll give you some tips to make these changes fun and easy to stick with. Ready for the next step? Just let me know when you're ready, and we'll keep going. Alright, my friend. By now, we've talked about some fantastic alternatives to eggs, like tofu scramble, avocado toast, chia pudding, and more. But I know what you're probably thinking: How do I actually make these changes work in my everyday life? I get it, change isn't always easy, especially when we've been doing things one way for so long. But trust me, this is all about small steps, and you don't have to be perfect. In this final chapter, I'm going to share some tips to help you easily incorporate these healthier choices into your routine. And the best part? You're not going to have to spend hours in the kitchen or overhaul your whole lifestyle to feel the benefits. You can start today, one meal at a time. Let's jump in, shall we? 1. Start slow, one meal at a time. I know we all like to jump into things with full force sometimes, but with food, it's important to take small steps. You don't need to change everything in one go. If you're used to having eggs every morning, why not try one of the alternatives just a couple of times a week? Start with something simple, maybe a chia pudding or a tofu scramble, and see how you feel. Once you get comfortable with one swap, then you can try another. Maybe you begin your mornings with avocado toast instead of eggs. And then, as time goes on, you'll find it becomes easier to make these choices more regularly. Little by little, you'll notice the benefits: more energy, less joint pain, better digestion, and a healthier heart. Remember, this isn't a race, it's about making small, sustainable changes. You can always adjust as you go. There's no perfect way to do this, but there is a path forward that works for you. Point 2. Batch cooking and meal prep. One of the best ways to make these changes stick is to prepare ahead of time. Trust me, I've been there. When life gets busy, it's so easy to fall back into old habits because the quick and familiar option is always there. But you can set yourself up for success by batch cooking some of these alternatives. For example, you could make a big batch of tofu scramble at the beginning of the week and store it in the fridge. Then, on those busy mornings when you don't feel like cooking, you can just warm it up and add some veggies or toppings. Or, make a big bowl of chia pudding on Sunday, divide it into individual servings, and have it ready to grab each morning. You'll be so glad you did, and your body will thank you. You can also prepare smoothie packs ahead of time. Just grab a Ziploc bag, toss in your favorite fruits and greens, and freeze them. When you're ready, just blend with almond milk or water, and you've got a nutritious, protein-packed breakfast. Point 3. Keep healthy snacks on hand. Sometimes, it's the snacks that get us into trouble. We get hungry, and suddenly the only thing available is a bag of chips or a sugary granola bar. But the good news is, you can easily have healthy snacks ready to go, so when hunger strikes, you've got something satisfying and nutritious to reach for. Here are a few snack ideas that pair well with your healthier breakfast routine: nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds. They're all great sources of protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Fresh fruit, apples, berries, or even grapes can be a quick, satisfying snack. You can even pair them with a little almond butter for a protein boost. Veggie sticks with hummus, carrot sticks, cucumber slices, and bell peppers go great with a little hummus. It's filling, full of fiber, and easy to prep. Having these healthy snacks on hand will make it less tempting to grab unhealthy options and help you stay on track with your new lifestyle. Point 4. Make it fun. If you're anything like me, cooking can feel like a chore sometimes, especially when the weather's bad, or you're tired after a busy day. But one thing I've learned over the years is that cooking doesn't have to be boring. You can actually have fun with it. Try experimenting with different spices and seasonings. Turmeric, paprika, cumin, and garlic powder can make your tofu scramble or avocado toast taste like something special. Don't be afraid to get creative. You could even try adding new toppings to your smoothie bowls or oatmeal: coconut flakes, cacao nibs, or fresh herbs. You might also consider trying out new recipes or cooking challenges with a friend or family member. If you've got a little extra time, it could be a fun way to bond and explore new, healthier meals together. The more you make these changes enjoyable, the easier they'll become part of your everyday life. Point 5. Listen to your body. As we get older, we've learned the importance of listening to our bodies. And that includes paying attention to how we feel after meals. You might notice that when you swap out eggs for something like avocado toast or chia pudding, you might feel more energized throughout the morning, or your stomach might feel lighter and less bloated. You might even start noticing other benefits, like better sleep, less joint pain, or even clearer skin. These little changes add up over time and will give you the motivation to keep going. Remember, this journey is about feeling your best. If you start feeling great, that's your body telling you that you're on the right path. But if something doesn't sit well with you, don't be afraid to try a different alternative or make adjustments. The goal is to nourish your body in a way that feels good for you, and that's all that really matters. Point 6. Stay positive and don't be too hard on yourself. Here's something that I think is really important to remember: you don't have to be perfect. We all have days when we might slip up or go back to our old habits. And that's okay, the goal is progress, not perfection. So, if you have an egg or two now and then, don't beat yourself up. What's important is that you're trying, you're learning, and you're taking steps to improve your health. Celebrate the victories, no matter how small, and be gentle with yourself when things don't go perfectly. Over time, the healthy habits will stick, and you'll start noticing the real, lasting benefits. Final thoughts. So, what do you think? Are you ready to give these healthy swaps a try? I know it might feel a little overwhelming at first, but remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Take your time. Be patient with yourself. And trust that every small change you make is helping you move toward a healthier, happier future. You've got this, my friend. And I'm right here cheering you on, every step of the way. Your health is in your hands, and you've got the power to make choices that will keep you feeling great for years to come. If you need more support or have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always here for you. Thanks for joining me on this journey today, and I can't wait to hear how these changes work for you. Here's to better health, more energy, and a long, happy life. Keep going strong.